Right. Today we're going to learn how to embed an image into Word for our poetry. So the first thing you do is you go to dateschools.net, you log into your portal, you select Office 365. Once you have Office 365, you go up to your waffle and you pick Word. When it loads up, you're going to pick blank document. You have to wait a second. My computer's a little laggy today. Perfect. It's coming along. Now this is when you are on the web version. And I say that to you because if you look here, I don't have at the top a lot of bells and whistles, and we talk about this in school all the time. So you want to click here to edit, and you want to click open in desktop. And when that happens, come over to this screen now. Hold on, because my computer, when I tell you it's laggy, it's a laggy most. All right, give me a second. It's really trying. All right, here it comes. So it opens up in Word, and now you'll see the difference at the top. You can see all my bells and whistles are there, right? So that's great. So now we're ready to work. So what's the first thing we want to do? We want to write our name on this paper. That is number one. You've got to get that done. That's got to be the first thing you do. Hold on, my computer's glitchy again. Sweet. Okay, there we go. So, of course, for me, I'm going to put Miss Fernandez. It's very hard to type with just one hand, guys. Rossi. And then I hit the tab, this button, tab. And when I hit tab, it's going to move my cursor. Remember, this is called our cursor, a little blinking line. And I'm going to put my number on the right side, which is number 100 for me, right? When you're at the end, you're going to go down and hit enter, not shift, enter. It will take you under your name. You're going to hit enter one more time. And now we're going to start our picture. You go up to the top, insert, pictures, online pictures. Now remember that this year, 2025, our goal is to use a picture from nature. So I'm going to pick something in nature. You know what? I'm going to pick the beach. And then it only gave me two little options. I'm going to pick the one with the palm trees. And then I'm going to click insert. And now it will appear on my document. Remember that these little things are called handlers. And this little box is your format or layout options box. You must click this and select through so that this can now move. Now I'm going to look at my picture. Today in class, I tried to explain to you that some pictures have a double box. So this picture has one box, and if I click here, I see a second box. Let me see if you guys can see that. I'll zoom in a bit. You see they have two separate sets of dotted lines. So I'm going to pick the top dotted line, and when I click it, it becomes solid. And then I'm going to click the delete key on my keyboard. And it is going to delete that box. No more box at the bottom. So now I just have just a picture, which is perfect. Now I have to write my poem. So let's say I want this to be my whole paper. I'm going to zoom out over here to 100 degrees or a little less. And then I want percent, excuse me. And then when I'm here, I'm going to grab my picture and stretch it. And this is only if you want your words on top of your poem, on top of the picture. If you don't want it that way, if you are just going to leave your picture on the top and put your words on the bottom, you don't need to do this part. But if you are not, if you're going to put your words on top of it, now you have to go back to insert and come over here to word art. I always pick the first one to start, and then I decide what I want to write. I'm going to grab my box and move it wherever I want my text. Let's say I want it here, and this is going to be the title of my poem. I'm going to call it Palm Trees and Sand. Remember, it's a title, so it has to go in capitals. And does not, because it's an article. Miss Fernandez, you can't read it. You're right, went off the paint, so I have to bring it back. Maybe I don't want that color. So now I'm going to go up here to where it says text fill. And I'm going to select whatever color I want. And while I pick the colors, it'll be changing in the backdrop. So make sure you pick something that will show. Okay. Palm trees and sand. Now I have to write my poem. So I'm going to go again to insert. Back over here to word art. Grab my box and move it to wherever I want to write. Now I think this font is really too big. So what I want to do is I want to go back to home, and I'm going to change my font size to maybe 18. And I want to use a different font. So I'm going to pick whatever I like. Let's say I'm going to go with I was trying to find monostack or see. Oh, you know what? Let's use brush. I just saw it. Brush script. Look how tiny it looks. Almost like cursive. So I'm going to go back over to the number and make it a little bit bigger. Let's say I'm going to go with 26. And I'm going to write my poem here. So let's say I want to put, remember, you're using descriptive words. You're using imagery, vivid vocabulary, and more importantly, you're making sure you're matching your rubric. So you need an onomatopoeia, simile or metaphor, alliteration, and personification. Remember, we don't want to use plain words. We don't want to say the green palm trees. Maybe we want to say the gentle sorry, I drew a blank. Maybe we want to say the gentle, we can say green, but we're going to change it. The gentle giant green palm trees slowly reach up to the sky, right? So you could type that for your poem. Then maybe you want to say, as the emerald green ivy grows along the sand. Now I'm describing these, right? Notice I used two different words for the color green. I used regular green for the palm trees. I used emerald for the ivy that's growing. Then let's say we want to talk about the rocks. Well, you can tell me the type of rocks, or you can have me try to visualize them. Compare them to something so that you can have your simile. I hope that helps. Most important, you have to name this document. So if you are in my morning class, you name it AM, you name it AM, your number 100. This is a rough draft, so you put RD and poem. And then you save it. If you are my PM class, it would be the same, but at the beginning, you would put PM, your number, RD, poem. I hope everybody understood that. I know we've done this in class now 3-4 times. So I just want to make sure that everybody gets this right. See you guys later.